just out of the blue, but relative, on my notes, I have your tattoo and your son. And wonder if you could share the story
Yeah.
of that.
Yeah. I might get goosebumps or maybe like a tear in my eye here. So this was August 2020. I had, my wife and I had just arrived at the decision. We were going to leave the DC area where we have so many and still do have so many dear friends, where we built our life together. A lot of good memories, a lot of connections. I was going to leave a firm I'd been at for almost 15 years. A lot of good friends, tremendous firm, great culture, everything you'd really want. But we arrived at the decision like we were going to leave that behind to go do something that was more who we really are at our core. And it was pretty scary for us, frankly, because we had a really good life. And it was hard to decide to make that change, especially not knowing where we were going to be physically and where, what I or my wife would be doing professionally or for a job, whatnot. We just said, okay, this is it. And so we live in Arlington, Virginia, North Arlington. We went as a family to get ice cream at the little village place, a few blocks from where we lived at the time. And we're riding home and it's getting dark. And between there and our house, there's this little park. And you can cut through the park to go back to our house. And there's a little bike path there. And my son, who would have been about 5.5 at the time, asked to ride his bike through the park. And we said we'd walk around the sidewalk and meet him on the other side. And so we said, okay, buddy, you go for it. And it's getting pretty dark. So we go, and hope he comes out. And it's not a huge park, but we walk around, and sure enough, he's waiting for us there. I was like, Wes, how'd it go? And he said, I could not see the path, but I knew which way I needed to go. And I was like,
Yeah.
I was like, that pretty much encapsulates my life right now.
Yeah.
And it just blew me away. I was like, that's everything like we're trying to do right now. And it's just, we knew which way we needed to go. But as you can tell from what I shared, we didn't know what that path was. We didn't know where we were going to be living. We didn't know what we were going to be doing, but we knew which way we needed to start moving in that direction. And I just kept thinking about it. The point when, I'm not sure when it was, maybe in 2021, months later, I was like, I'm just going to memorialize this. And so I ended up getting a tattoo right here. It says those exact words. I could not see the path, but I knew which way I needed to go. And man, it helped us really get through and make decisions and have the confidence that, hey, everything's going to be all right. And we're not going to tell us these stories to ourselves of all these things that can go wrong and, all these uncertainty. And frankly, I think it helps me even today in both raising the family and building this business. And so much of what we do, I think the lessons from that is, if you're I think that I take anyways, if you're moving towards your North Star, whatever that might be in any capacity, I think if you're confident in that and you're comfortable in that, you're gonna figure out that path, even if you can't see it right now. You need to go that way, but what that path looks like, you'll figure out as long as you're keeping that North Star in mind.